So in this video, I want to talk about my experiences with DOI, because I think that this is an interesting chemical specifically because of the long duration. Now, I've also tried DOB, but this one I took just at home, so it was a different environment, because the DOI I actually took at a rave, and this was like back in like 2011, so this was like a pretty long time ago. And I can't. I think it took like a very long time for it to actually come on. I took it a little bit before the rave, and it didn't start like actually like kicking in like really intense until it was actually over. And the trip was it was what I describe as being like electric, kind of like something about the phenethylamines. They always seem to be more of a party drug, I guess, in terms of like taking it to like a light show or something, as opposed to taking it in a spiritual, introspective sort of way. I was always taking those specific phenethylamines at like raves and stuff like that because it adds like stimulation, so it's like a trippy version of an MDMA, or that's what I was going to use it for, or trying to use them for. And this one was very similar to that, obviously, and it was very electric in terms of it's hard to explain really. Like, it was kind of like a light show in my head, and this was just me sitting at like a Burger King or something like that, just chilling after the rave. Like, I was tripping like pretty hard, I think, and I was just sort of lost in my own head, and I was just like seeing a light show. Like, I had my eyes closed and like my head on the table, and I was just like having I think maybe the lights from the rave had something to do with why it was so vivid and so bright and stuff. But like, I remember seeing a lot of greens, and it had like a very specific sort of tryptamine like patterning. But like, with these chemicals, I've never had any sort of entity contact or like out of body experience or anything. It's very like low level geometric forms and stuff like that, but it was like very complex. But it didn't ever transform into actual worlds and different dimensions and palaces and stuff like that. It was still very like beautiful and very vivid and very sparkly, almost. Like, I was enjoying watching the visions, and it was just like, it was lasting all night because I think I had to wait for like the bus to go, or the train to go home. And yeah, it kept going on forever. I didn't actually get any sleep until like I think like 2 days later. Like, I think I might have slept, but like I didn't actually come down from it, because this one, I think it lasts like 30 hours or something like that, like 24 to like 30 hours. So this is definitely something that I wouldn't take nowadays, just because I don't have the time to trip that long. Like, DMT is pretty much the only thing I can like do at this time, just because like right now I'm super busy with all the stuff that I have to do. But like, personally, I wouldn't do it ever again, just because like I don't have that time. But maybe one day when I'm less busy. But that was pretty much it. Like, the dose was just 2 milligrams. I think it was 2 milligrams. Like, you don't really need much, and yeah, it just lasts forever. So it's pretty crazy that something so small can cause an effect that is pretty huge. So I'll see you guys later, and hopefully you guys will enjoy the next videos that I talk about with